Hi, welcome to Simply Country Cuisine. So today we're going to make, and who does not like BLTs? Well, I know everybody's made bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, but I have a little trick, and this is a bacon weaved BLT. I really wanted to do it with a fried green tomato. They're not out yet, so I'll probably revisit this video probably in another couple weeks or so when the fried green tomatoes come out. That makes a delicious bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. When you do a bacon, lettuce, and tomato, try to get a ripe, real pretty ripe tomato, but make sure it's a little bit firm. The firmer the tomato, the less wet your sandwich is. When you're weaving this bacon, you must get a thin bacon. It doesn't do so very well with a thick cut bacon. So this one happens to be Oscar Mayer. It's just the normal cut bacon. And I've already cut one in half to show you. I just cut the whole package in half, and I've got it in, see how nice and thin it is? And I'll show you why it should really be thin. To get started, it's the best thing to do is to weave your bacon on your cookie sheet. Now this one would only hold probably 2 weaves. The larger the pan, you could get 4 to 6, depending on the size of bread. And I like to use a good hearty country bread, but today I'm going to use a Pepperidge farmhouse honey wheat bread, and the bread is a little bit larger slice. You want your bacon weave to cover your piece of bread. When your normal BLTs, you get a bite of tomato or bite of lettuce without the bacon, or maybe it crumbles and falls off. This does stay put together pretty good. So I'm going to lay down 4 slices because I'm using the Pepperidge Farm bread. It's a little bit larger than standard dinner sandwich bread. Now, if you notice, I'm just kind of overlapping them just a wee bit. And I'll start out with 4 slices, and I'm going to do a weave. I'm just going to put 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, and 1 down. Now you notice it doesn't really, you'll think, oh, that doesn't touch. It's not going to matter, because once the bacon starts cooking, it adheres it together. And this one we would alternate. This one would be the down, up, down, and up. This is up, down, up, and down. So what I do here though is I take the little tiny ends and I kind of fold them up or under. It makes the weave, when it's cooked, it looks a little bit better. So I've kind of just cleaned up the edges. The best way to do it is in the oven, 400 degrees, check after 7 minutes. So I'll pop this in the oven, and if it looks like it's not crisp enough, I'll cook it another probably 5 minutes. Now I've taken the bacon out of the oven, it's completely done, and I've let it cool for a second. And as you can see, it makes a nice, solid weave. Now I'm gonna make this sandwich for Mark. He doesn't like his on toast. I happen to like my BLT on toast. Now I'm going to take my blue plate mayonnaise and slather on enough mayonnaise on both sides, the top and the bottom. And I always take a little bit of kosher salt and black pepper, and I season each layer. Now just a little tiny bit. So I just want to put a little tiny bit of salt on there. Now, I wanted to show you this lettuce. I like to use this lettuce. It's actually the lettuce that they use in the restaurants on your hamburgers, and it's Calera Crunch. And I saved the container because I wanted you to see how it comes in the store. You have to wash this, because when you buy it, it is connected to the root. As you can see, I cut it off, washed it very, very well, and I've let it air dry a little bit, and I just think the ruffly edges makes a pretty sandwich. So now I'm going to lay on my lettuce and hang it over a little bit. It makes the sandwich pretty. And our bacon weave. Now, as you can see how well that covers the sandwich? I'm going to slice the tomato. I've already washed the tomato. I'm going to take the core out. And since we're getting close to tomato season here in Texas, you ought to be able to get some very pretty nice ones at a farmer's market. I'm going to cut maybe about, I don't know, that's like about a quarter of an inch piece of tomato. And let's see how that covers. See, that's not going to cover very nice, so what we'll do is we'll cut it in half. There we go. See how nicely? I've got a whole lot of vegetable on there, a lot of tomato, and again, I'm going to take a little bit more salt, season my tomato, and a little bit of black pepper. Put the top on. And there you go. And you see how well that bacon steak put together in there? It makes for a nice sandwich. So there you have it. Now, again, if you were doing a fried green tomato BLT, fry up your green tomatoes about 20 minutes before you're going to do it. Let them sit on a paper towel, drain a little bit. You can prepare your bacon earlier in the day if you know you're going to have this later for evening for supper. The only thing you'll have to put on cold and fresh would be the tomato and the lettuce. But if you were doing the fried green tomato sandwich again, let it sit and cool off, do it the same way, and that's really a different taste. It's really, really good. It's kind of tangy. You can add a little bit of hot sauce into your mayonnaise, a little Tabasco sauce in your mayonnaise, give it a little bite, a little sting. That's kind of good too. So there you have a very quick, short, easy video on how to weave a bacon BLT. Subscribe, like, and share these videos to be alerted. And join us on Thursdays on our Facebook page, our Simply Country Cuisine Facebook page, for our trivia contest. And if you don't have a place to worship, we would love to have you join us at Glad Tidings Leander, the church on the hill across from the post office. We would just love to welcome you and have you join us. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.